Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Better Call Saul Season 1, Episode 6. So, last time we ended off with Mike being confronted by some former officers that I think he knows. At least it seems like he recognized them. So, I wonder what that's about. Like, is he being arrested? I had some theories in the last episode I talked about, so I won't go too in depth, but is he being arrested, or because he used to be a cop, are they requesting his help on a case or something? I had a few other ideas too. So will we be starting with that, or will we be seeing some of Jimmy's stuff? But on Jimmy's side, we had him seemingly decide to get help for his brother Chuck, and but in the end, he ended up just going to bringing him home. So I don't know if he changed his mind or if it just takes time. Like, they let him go home until he gets put away, but they never really mentioned it again after that. So we'll see. But we saw him doing some jobs, some of them for some crazy people with a sexually suggestive toilet and some guy trying to secede from the US, but then he also did some wills that actually went good and some living trusts, and he started really getting into elder law. So pretty cool seeing that progression of Jimmy's character. So I do have a coffee here I will be sipping on here and there. And then I also we'll see. I might just drink the coffee because I don't think I want to do both. But I have some Halloween candy because technically it's Halloween right now. But I don't really want to say. I mean, happy Halloween for me, I guess. But for you guys, this is a Patreon show, as you may know. That means I watch the whole thing on my Patreon first. So I have no idea when this episode's going to release for you guys on YouTube. But even for patrons, I'm a little bit ahead, so it's probably going to be a few weeks until this episode even goes up on there. So either way, that's why I didn't really start. That's why it's hard to do the holidays, because I'm usually ahead. But yeah, technically it's Halloween for me, so fun times. But yeah, let's get started with the episode. I'm excited to see Mike's stuff. We gotta have at least some in this episode, right? But yeah, we're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. And by the way, for any of you that might be mad that I have a little Patriots thing around my cup, don't worry, I don't like the Patriots. Well, I don't like sports. My mom actually got me this. It's pretty cool because I always drink these iced coffees, like, almost every single day. And then when it gets hot out, the cups sweat, and it's annoying to keep touching them to take a sip and your hands get wet. So I have this thing that covers it, and she also got me a pair of pajamas too that are Patriots themed. Oh, Mike, okay. So he wasn't arrested, right? Or is this before? I don't know. But she got me pajamas that were Patriots themed, and I was like, Mom, you know I don't like sports, right? And she's like, yeah, I thought it'd be funny. I was like, okay, Mom. Yeah. And now people can talk to me about Patriots when they see me in them, when I hate it. It's not that I hate sports, it's just not fun for me to watch. I don't have anything against them. A shoulder wound? He reached for it and seemed like he was in a little bit of pain. Oh. Who is this? Okay, so this is a girl that was in the car. I hope I didn't miss a before message on the screen because I was talking and not paying attention. Oh. He's going in the woman's room. Smart to say the janitor. I've seen enough TV shows to know that I've seen people block wounds with tampons. Okay, this is either gonna be a before or an after where we last left off the other episode, right? Oh, he's just using a. Okay, they were. It was just a pad. I've seen some shows where they actually like use like the tampons and they like jam it in the bullet hole. So either this is a before or an after. If it's not made more clear as the episode goes, which I'm sure it will be, I'll go back at the end and oh, a daughter? Okay, maybe. Or a granddaughter? Granddaughter, okay. I thought we were even more in the past. Or just a friend. Hmm. Huh. Better from what? Drugs? Or some kind of addiction? Alcohol? Okay. So Maddie was a cop. So a cop into some stuff that he shouldn't be, maybe. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder if Maddie was his son, and this is his daughter-in-law. It would make sense that the son became a cop like he did. Hmm. I wonder if it's just like a different area of like way of talking, but there's been a couple things. I can't point out any of the other ones, but it's getting on. It's like I'm pretty sure she means like it's getting late, but I've never heard it said that way. But it very well could just be a way of talking in another part of the states or whatever. That happens a lot. There's something else she said that felt a little weird too. Okay. So I feel like this must be earlier because she was saying like, "How do you like it out west?" He said, "I'm here indefinitely," which means I think this is like right around when he first got here. Because he had a car before too, so in the last episode. Ah, going to a vet to avoid the hospital stuff. Hmm. It doesn't really help patients or humans, right? Hmm. Is he gonna say no? Yep. Uh. Hmm. That's nice of him. Ah. That kind of work. I see. I mean, it makes sense. Someone. Okay. Now we're back to the present. in it. Yep, looks like he is arrested. Or questioning, anyway. Lawyer. He's smart. Lawyer. Lawyer. I love you, Mike. You're a legend. Jimmy? Does he have a lawyer? Yeah! Need a will? Call McGill. Fuck yeah. Bring Jimmy into it. I like how they took a minute to just look at what he looks like. I like how he doesn't give a shit either. Like, you know, some people get self-conscious and stuff like that, but Jimmy's just like, you know, wrong show. Thanks for playing. I love it. I love his confidence. Telling him how it's gonna be. He has it all planned out. Come on, Jimmy. I want him to do anything. Do anything, he says, Jimmy. Alright. I have a feeling this isn't gonna go the way Jimmy thinks, and Jimmy's gonna have to do the coffee thing anyway. But maybe it's too late now. Okay, so it was his son. I like Jimmy looking at... Yeah. Realizing that he lost his son. So I wonder. Hmm. Ooh, okay. So maybe drinking. Hmm. This sounds less like a Hail Mary now. All right. he knows he knows that they were doing a little bit more and decided to do it for him. Awesome. Good shit, Jimmy. Guess that answered my question. So I thought Jimmy. I was thinking Jimmy trying to get all their, like, to spill everything they just did might have been what was on the notepad, but. Oh, Mike, you're a treasure. Yep. He might have. I wonder if the two cops were into some shit and killed Maddie. Made it seem like an ambush. And then so Mike got revenge and killed them. And then fled. Fled. This is the right way, right word, not fleed. It was really hard to catch anything that was on that notepad. I'll just wait till Mike tells me. This is a great episode, by the way. So much Mike. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Damn. The cops. Ooh. Back in the past. You gonna break into a cop car? Oh. Clever. Look at that. That's cool. I can't say I've seen that kind of thing before. Doesn't work as much anymore. A lot of cars don't have those anymore. Actually, I genuinely don't know if that really works at all. It could just be a TV thing. But it was really cool regardless. Did he learn something? Is that why he's drinking? Is that Fensky and Hoffman? Let him cry it all out. Oh shit. And then he just leaves. Oh, Mike. I don't know if that was the best idea, but make them piss their pants. Yeah, look at that face. I wonder, did they try to kill him then because he said that? Sold his car. Oh, so he's already planning leaving. Huh. Yeah, I wonder if they tried to ambush him using the same trick they used to kill Maddie. To kill him, but he ends up killing them instead, kind of thing. That's my thought. We'll wait and see. Talk more later if it doesn't happen about that thought process. Because I thought he just went to them to kill them. Yep, you're trying to walk. Yeah, let us drive, yeah. Patting him down. Shit, they're gonna take him somewhere and try to kill him. Damn, they took his gun. Does he have maybe he has another one, like, around the ankle or something? They didn't check his legs, right? That'd be a Mike thing to do, have one gun. Hmm. I wonder if they tried to pay him the 5,000-6,000 that was in the suitcase lining. Were they trying to keep him quiet by paying him, and then they got scared that he'd still talk, so they killed him? Hmm. Well. Yep. A nice abandoned place. Maybe Mike isn't as drunk as they think he is. I hope. I mean, we obviously know he lives, right? He doesn't die. He takes a gunshot to the shoulder. Oh shit. He had a second gun and he hit it in the seat when they first put him in there. Make him seem like he killed himself with his own gun. The perfect thing would be is if that gun that he kept with him wasn't loaded. Oh, that'd be so good. Yes. Oh, yep, there's the shot he took. Oh my god. He's so fucking smart. Jesus, Mike, you're awesome. Well. He did it all with that one gun too. The ballistics are probably gonna trace back to it all being one gun. They said about an ambush, but they probably know it was only one person that did it, which led them to possibly Mike. What about your gun? Or is that his? He might have just picked up his gun. That might have been what he just, because he just picked something up. But then I see another gun there. That might have been the cop's gun. Hmm. Oh. Damn. Damn. Hmm. Ah. Yeah. That makes sense. Hmm. Damn. Just like you. Damn. Oh. Shit. And then the other big question, who killed them? Whew. Mike, this episode, holy shit. This scene. Who killed them? You put her at risk if you say it, right? Shit. She's a smart woman. It doesn't take much to connect the dots, though. Oh, shit. What an episode. God damn. That is it for episode 6. That might have been... You know, I really love this show, and I loved all the episodes so far. But that episode was maybe my favorite. Mike was always like one of my favorite characters. I loved him in Breaking Bad. And I already love him here, even though his role has only been like, before this episode, like help Jimmy once and then sit in his like little stall or whatever. But man, like that, I just want to talk about that bit at the end before we get into everything else, because props to the actor that plays Mike. He killed that scene, and it's crazy because he does that hard ass well, and maybe, I'm not an actor, so I can't say, but it seems like that role is easy, like the typical Mike of just being like expressionless. I feel like it's easy just to put on a face like this and I did it, you know? Like, just doing something like that, I feel like the whole time is easy. But going from that to, and maybe it's just a nature of, like, seeing someone so strong and silent, as Jimmy said, strong and silent type, right? Seeing someone as strong and silent open up here to this woman who... I don't know that we ever got her name, by the way, this episode. So, but his daughter-in-law, hearing him open up like that and break down and, you know, tearing up and everything, like, almost got me emotional. And, like, the way, like, his voice broke at some of the stuff, like, he said, like, I broke my son, you know? Like, that was good acting, and very sad, too, you know? Hearing that whole story about... I mean, from the beginning, I was wondering what, like, who she was, because we saw her last episode and everything, and then I was sitting here like, alright, maybe she was in... I thought she was maybe some woman from his cop days that was in, like, what's it called? Protective custody in some way, or maybe it was family. Excuse me. But yeah, that was very cool and sad to learn all that. To, like, Mike is a badass. Like, that's why I say it's cool. It's not necessarily really what I meant to say. The whole situation, I mean, I feel bad for him losing his son and everything. But the fact that he goes to them, he seemed like he was even drunk to me, but he must not have been that drunk. They said they saw him, like, pounding them away, right? Like, did he actually drink that much, or did he somehow, like, fake that he was drinking that much? That's what I'm wondering. Or did they assume by seeing him that he pounded them away? That could be, too. Like, maybe he didn't drink as much as I thought, but because he was acting that way. But regardless, he had it, like, all planned, right? Like, I think he did anyway. It's something we're probably never gonna know, but I guess technically, he probably could have, winged it a little bit, too. Maybe. But he already planned on leaving and going to Albuquerque, right? He already sold his car, so I do wonder if the whole time he planned on killing them and running, or if he really was just gonna try to get out of there and then, like, prove their guilt, you know? I do wonder, because at some point there he said, I'm gonna prove it, but that could have just been him pressing their buttons to push them into the corner of, you know, bringing him somewhere to kill him, right? So, damn, that's awesome. And, you know, they got him in the car, they patted him down, but when they first got him in the car, he must have taken it out of his pocket, shoved it in the car seat, and then left the one in his pocket. And the one that he left in his pocket, and that's also why I think that he planned this, too. That's probably one of the biggest indicators that he planned this, is that he had two guns, and one of them wasn't loaded. And I like that when they were talking and saying, like, you know, he's, like, grief and everything. That was the word they used. I was trying to think of the word they used. And they were gonna make it seem like he killed himself with his own gun, right? But it ended up being not loaded. I thought about that in the moment. I was like, if he planned for this, he had this other gun there, the genius thing would be to not have it loaded and then click. And I felt so proud that I thought of it right before, but also so proud of Mike for being so damn smart, you know? And yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest indicators that he had this planned from the beginning, right? But yeah, awesome. But yeah, so I guess everyone in that police station is dirty. That's how they get by. So does that mean that the two officers here that were questioning him are also dirty, if that logic still relates, right? So basically what it was, you know, everyone dipped in a little bit, like he said, so everyone took a little bit. Just because they're dirty doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad, you know? Like, like, just because, say, I don't know everything Mike did in his career. Maybe he did some bad stuff, you know? But, like, I feel like you could be dirty in that station and still be a good cop and a good person, but you're just doing what you have to do to get by, so you take this money every now and then from these drug dealers and everything. Like, I don't think that's necessarily, like, too bad. Like, I disagree with it fundamentally, because I feel like that is a good way to slip, you know? But if you told me, like, oh, this cop had a you know, 30 years on the job and a few times he stole money, you know, like, I'd be like, so what, you know? If you tell me that, like, 30 years on the job and he killed 30 innocent people on purpose, kind of thing, like, yeah, that's fucked up. But, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things where I feel like it's a starting point to worse things, right? Where you start, like, maybe letting drug dealers pay you to keep them free. Like, it's one thing if they're arresting the drug dealers and taking some of their money, where normally it's just going to sit in evidence for a while, and then honestly, I don't know what police stations do whenever that money like clears evidence, like what happens to it. It probably like goes to the government or something, I don't know. But yeah, like dipping into that a little bit, I wouldn't say it's like that big of a deal. I wouldn't be like, oh, it's worth dying over. But obviously, the way they control people is they're, like Mike said here, every cop is scared to be put in prison with the people that they put away. And obviously that makes sense because it's probably worse than death to be subjected to people who absolutely hate you. I mean, assuming you do go to the same prison with some people that would recognize you, but that's the kind of thing that everyone's going to find out that you're a cop. You know, someone's going to say something that knows or something, even if it's just like a guard saying it to like just spite you and be like, "Hi, you shitty cop," you know? And everyone's like, "Oh, you're a cop." And regardless of whether you're the one that put them away, they're going to hate you, the people in prison, right? But I've seen enough TV shows to know that. So yeah, just that looming threat makes the dirty people pressure other people to be dirty, so that way, you know, you can't turn me in because then I'll turn you in, kind of thing. You know, mutually assured destruction, essentially. But yeah, his son Matt was just too good. You know, he wanted to go to internal affairs with it, and that's the thing, like, even if a station isn't dirty, that is something that I've heard about, is that the brotherhood between the cops is just that strong. Like, you're basically fucking your career if you get found out that you go to internal affairs, kind of thing. Like, if you sell out one of your own, it has that, like, brotherhood, that, like, fraternity kind of vibe where you, like, never turn on your brothers, kind of thing. And honestly, that's probably one of the biggest problems with, you know, we've had a lot of police issues in recent years and everything. And I feel like that's also part of the problem, is the good cops that see this wrongdoing going by, they probably feel kind of like how Matt felt and stuff like that, where they probably feel they can't really go to internal affairs and they can't really report this wrongdoing in order to make the police station, you know, a better place, because they might be worried about being ostracized by the people around them because they're a rat, you know, and or a narc or whatever term they want to use. But yeah, it's just a rough story, but I loved getting that insight into Mike's character, you know, and seeing how he dealt with that situation was great. And I'm glad he told his daughter-in-law and everything, like, and I like that he didn't directly say, like, I don't know enough about the law to know whether she can be implicated now. Like, he said, "I think you know what happened." That wasn't him saying he did it. So because he didn't say that he did it to her, could she be charged as what is it called, like an accessory after the fact, when you know that someone committed a crime and you don't report it, kind of thing? I don't know that she could be, because of that whole aspect, the fact that he didn't straight up say it. So I don't know enough about the law to know whether what Mike said counts, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, ooh, I want her to know, but I don't want him to put her at risk with these cops that are bearing down on him. And obviously they said they're going to be staying around, so I liked the whole Jimmy being brought into it as the lawyer, and Mike having another whole plan to get the notebook to see what the guy knows. And I like that Jimmy was able to tell, like, by the line of questioning. I mean, it was pretty obvious because the questions started off, they did a good job of starting the questions off very light and like, okay, maybe they are just Hail Mary asking some questions, but then they got very much into the line of questioning of like, we think you did this, you know? So, but if if their line of questioning is going to, like, we think Mike did it, does that mean they're also... I guess they did talk about, like, possibly, like, being dirty and stuff like that, right? Like, I wonder if they know, especially since everyone in the, like, they all know that that's how it works in that station, is everyone dips in a little bit, everyone is a little dirty kind of thing. So maybe they knew, or they have, like, a rough idea that Hoffman and Fensky killed Matt, and that's why they're going after Mike. I wonder how long ago it was. They didn't say, did they? Because they said, like, oh, a little bit, like, the day after, like, the next day he left. But, like, how long has it been for them, like, investigating the murder before they went after Mike? I guess they said that she called, so maybe they had no idea where Mike went. Right? So maybe they couldn't find him until she called. So that might have been what it was. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Very good episode. I like that I wrote, one of the things I wrote down was Jimmy get info Mike wanted, is what I wrote down with a question mark, because I was curious whether or not the way that Jimmy asked that question, I thought Jimmy's like, okay, well, you want all the info in his notebook, right? Well, instead of stealing his notebook, I'm going to have him start from the beginning so we can learn as much as we possibly can, instead of, getting the notebook for you. And then we went into that whole thing where they tell, like, the whole story, but by doing that, I think it made Jimmy realize that these guys think that he did this crime, which means there's more in that notebook that they're not going to tell us, right? They probably wouldn't have it if they didn't suspect Mike. If they genuinely wanted Mike's help to catch someone else, they probably would have spilled more details, and he might not have felt that way and might not have needed to do this, right? And but Jimmy noticed it and then did the coffee thing, even though he was against it. And I mean, not that it is that hard, but I like that Mike was instantly ready and in the position to do it. Like, I mean, Jimmy said, like, I knew, like, how'd you know I would do it? I don't know that Mike really knew that he would do it. I think it was that Mike was just ready in case he did, kind of thing. But Mike ended up just laughing and or just doing like a, which is just badass. Like, who knows? Maybe he doesn't have a good explanation for, like, how he knew he'd do it. Maybe he, like I said, maybe he didn't really know. But I like that he just played it off. I love that. But oh man, yeah. Some of the stuff I wrote down, like cops jump Mike, sold car. Like, I was trying to, like, piece it together as the episode went, but we kind of got answers for a lot of this stuff. Hit a gun not loaded. Good shit. Everyone dirty. Talked about that stuff, but yeah, I mean, so I take it that she moved here to Albuquerque, right? In order to just get away from everything, I imagine. And then he moved here to be closer to her and all that. But, and I guess when they said, like, Mike says he's better in the beginning, I think they answered that to it must have been drinking. She said, like, he was always at, like, the bottom of a bottle or whatever. But it seems like it was only after his son died, right? So it seems like the son died, and then there was a good span of time where he was just drinking like crazy, I guess, but now he's recovered. That seems to be the case. I mean, it's possible that he had, like, an alcohol addiction before the son died too, but it sounds more or less like it was that. So, but yeah, it was just a fantastic episode, guys. I love seeing Mike, and obviously we're not done with that storyline because the cops are here investigating him. Jimmy's his lawyer, which I mean is a perfect way to have these two characters get closer, with Jimmy helping him out with lawyer needs and everything, uh and Mike being in the story because he's under investigation, so we can see more stuff like this. But it was just so good. But I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. I already kind of talked about my Patreon, but check that out if you're interested. The link should be in the description or it should be popping up on the screen. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.